Welcome to the Meta Mind Shift Show, where we embark on a journey into the Metaverse with your guide, Nicole Maxwell, also known as the Metaverse Goddess, Technicole. The Metaverse represents a new era of digital transformation, where we can augment our creativity and experience a whole new level of immutability. Join us as we explore and delve deeper into this exciting new digital realm. From process automation for your digital transformation to the latest advancements in AI and RPA, blockchain and Web3, as well as innovative ways to experience AR, VR, XR, and more. We will discuss the latest trends and insights on how to navigate the metaverse, catch up with the news, and unpack issues that nobody else is talking about. It's time for your meta mind shift. Let's discover the metaverse together. Visit our website at metamindshift.com to learn more. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then share with a friend.
Welcome to the Meta Mind Shift Show. I'm your host. My name is Nicole Maxwell. Some people call me Nicole. Some people call me Technicole. But you can call me the Metaverse Goddess or Technicole. Let's go back to that. I am really happy to be here today. I'm happy to have you guys listening and watching and being here and present in this moment. Today is the 1 year anniversary, of the 30 days of Metaverse. And so that is what we're going to be talking about today. But I also have a whole slew of other things to discuss. We're going to be talking about not only the 30 days of Metaverse, what that is, kind of what we did last year, and where we're headed this year. But also, I got a special surprise for you guys. I've got some new courses that have rolled out, and just really exciting. Energy is back where it needs to be, it feels like. And so I am very happy in this moment just to kind of be sharing some things with you. First of all, I'm here. And so that is something because y'all don't know. Life is trying to take me out. And so for me to be here in this moment and to kind of just reflect on the last couple of years of being in this space and doing things and showing up and participating and seeing how things have evolved. This train is rolling so fast, y'all. You don't even know. It's going so fast. But if you're in the space, you know that. But if you're not in this space, then, you come in, peep your little head in, and you're like, what's going on now? And then next time you come back, like 2 days later, it's, evolved times 10. That's the world we live in. And it's great and it's scary in some regards. It's extremely awesome. Like for somebody like me who is in love with technology, it is amazing to be in this moment and be able to hear and see things and reflect on things. For other people, though, it's scary. For me, sometimes stuff gets scary. And I talk about my fears. I do. I talk about them in classes where I teach people to kind of adjust and adapt to kind of these virtual spaces and different future tech. So whether it's your VR headset or, kind of diving into AI, just had a class on Monday, which was amazing. It was on proposals. So how do you use AI to understand the art of a proposal? And for those of y'all who don't know, my name is Nicole Maxwell. I am many, 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 many different things. So if you watch the show, my intro is different every week because I say something else that I do. But I am, in my soul, I am an implementation consultant. And that means that I implement new things, new technologies, and I understand them. I dive in. I'm an end-to-end implementation consultant. And I help people along the way. So I help teams to understand what they're doing with this new technology. I help teams formulate plans and put those plans into effect. So a lot of y'all know me because of the metaverse. And so if you're watching the show, you likely know me because of the metaverse, right? So hey, y'all, to Pod TV. Hey, to everybody on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I am on TikTok, but like literally there's nothing out there. I need to change that. YouTube. You guys like and subscribe no matter where you are. I see my little subscribe things. For some reason today it looks a little backwards. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I feel like I'm backwards today. Maybe we'll fix that during a break or something. But technology is off the charts, y'all. So I'm an implementation consultant, end to end. That means I meet you at the beginning and I am with you through all the changes, the iterations, the phases, the transitions, and then I hand you off to whatever your new thing is. So whether it's a support team that's going to support you, like in the instance of a metaverse, if it's a support team, like let's say you're building up a business and you want to go back to your regular operations team to have them now use the processes and things that we put in place, we can do that. If you are in the Web 2 space, then that absolutely means that if you're a small business owner, you have all these applications and tools at your disposal that you can use. And sometimes you don't even know that they are, that they're out there. One thing that I realized in last week's show, and I wrote this, but I didn't realize it in last week's show. Last week's show, I didn't realize it until last week's show, but I wrote it in this blog article that I wrote about my experiences with the IWB conference. And IWB stands for International Women of Blockchain. And it is a conference that's held in March. The year that I did it, it was a full month. And so every day of the month, we got together for 3 hours a day. It was a chore, but it was historical. And I was the executive producer, that co-creator of the year. And just to be able to look back at it, it's amazing. But when I was reviewing with y'all my memoirs last week, I realized that there's a feat that I have not been claiming too much, and I need to be claiming it louder and prouder because that's something that every business wants, and that is cost savings. I saved that organization $185,000 minimum just by using a different tool. And it was a tool that I had knowledge of that they didn't have knowledge of. So if they wanted to do what they were going to do, then it would have taken $18,000 a day, 30 days, or every $18,000 for every 3 days. And so I saved $185,000. And so, when you have cost savings like that, it is important that you, first of all, appreciate the people who got it for you. Second of all, you acknowledge that there is something about something that you didn't know. And so that's what's important from that, right? Like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to do that for everybody, but implementations, if you get the right folks, and you get kind of like these advisors in place, like we can help you to actually save costs. Like that's the whole point of doing an implementation of any project. The metaverse too. The metaverse isn't different. You go to the metaverse because you're now creating a virtual experience where you would have had to do something in person. And when you're in person, there are fees involved for being in person, whether it's just having like the facility that you're going to be using it as, or and you have to pay that every single time, whether it's in rent or it's in a facility use fee, those kinds of things, insurance on that, all that kind of stuff comes into play when you have live in-person events. Not only that, then you got to get coordinators involved. You got to make sure that the folks are in place. So the metaverse has some of those same aspects, but the costs are different because once you have something set up and in place in the metaverse, you don't need it. You don't need to recreate that wheel. You already have it. You can build on it. You can change it up. You can do certain things and pay for little piecemeal things. But the cost savings of owning your own virtual space is insane. When you couple that with the fact that not only do you have the ability to have people who are within your local area, but you also have people who are able to join you from across the world. So that's kind of part of one of the pitches that I do when we're talking about metaverse. We're talking with serious clients about what they want to do. But cost savings affects everybody. So whether you're a solopreneur and you need some new tools, or you need to know how to use Google Workspace, or AI is coming out in all of these tools, whether it's Microsoft Search, we're going to try to do that tonight, is search with Google. I got access to the new Google search, so we're going to see what that looks like. But we have some stuff to do before that because that's secondary to me. We have some other things that are going on today. So, when we're thinking about the metaverse and you're thinking about the future, what can you do with that future? And so that's what today's show is all about. We're talking about the future. We're going to be expanding on some things. I am really excited to have everyone here watching. If you're here, do me a favor, share this out with a friend. Share it out on your Twitter, your Instagram, your wherever else you are. If you're, there's folks over on Mastodon, there's folks over on Blue Sky, where the sky is bluer for sure. And then there are people underground. So if you're underground, then join me wherever that may be too. So I'm going to breathe because I'm in this moment. I'm so enjoying this moment. Okay. So we're going to do advertisements for Nicole Maxwell tonight because I do advertise for other folks all the time, and I don't advertise for myself nearly enough. But I do some amazing stuff, and I am proud of a whole lot of the stuff that I do. Some of the stuff I'm not, but most of the things that I touch turn to gold, and I ain't too proud to say it today. So some of those things I want to show you guys is up next.
Unlock the power of AI-driven avatars with AI Avatar Tech by Technical. Elevate your brand and captivate your audience with custom animated videos.
That is a new product that I offer. Those are professional avatars, AI avatars. I utilize 8 different, up to probably more than that now, but 8 different AI tools to create you a spokesperson that can hang out with you, just like my intro does for me here on the Meta Mind Shift Show. So you guys, welcome. Today we have got some things to discuss, and so we're going to run down this list. We're going to be proposing in the metaverse. We're going to be talking about a very special revelation that I am going to share with you guys today. We're also talking about the 30 days of metaverse, y'all. 30 days of metaverse. It is our second annual 30 days of metaverse, and it is back. Last year we did this, and it was an adventure for sure. It was it was kind of mind-opening. It was extraordinary, and it is definitely based off of the 30 Days of Code, because y'all know I am a techie, and 30 Days of Code is how I started like years ago, kind of getting into the habit of doing stuff with technology and touching it. So there's that. We're also going to be talking about some things. We have a new case for decentralization today. And if we get through all of that, we are also going to be talking about Google search, which is coming out and introducing AI into it. So if you need to know how to use AI, you better hurry up, because it's about to start impacting your actual regular experiences on Google. Whether that be in Google Search, Google Workspace, if you're using Google Docs, if you're using Google Slides, there is going to be AI technology in those. If you're on Microsoft Teams, you're using Microsoft Bing, ChatGPT is already integrated. So where are you at with understanding how to use these new tools at your disposal? Are you fearful? That's okay, because it's understandable. Are you excited but don't know where to start? Call me, because I can help you with that. I have training available. I have consulting available. If you just want to talk, we can do that too. But the metaverse is the thing that we are talking about today, and we're talking about where we have come from. So looking at the metaverse, man, y'all, I don't never talk about this for many reasons, but I am the co-founder of Black Metaverse. And so Black Metaverse is a organization that started on Clubhouse, and it started with Stefan and I opening up a room and having a club and people joining. And it was a great experience for a while. But then Nicole Maxwell decided she needed to get extremely serious about decentralization, because when Facebook came out, I felt away. Y'all know, Lord, I felt away, right? I have said that over and over again. I don't make secrets about it. I feel away about Facebook coming out and saying they claim the metaverse, and all the billions of people who now know about the metaverse, and only because it is a Facebook thing. That's great, except Facebook isn't making the metaverse. Facebook is making their metaverse. We are making the metaverse. And in fact, your girl here, me, I started doing that long before Facebook actually rolled out their metaverse. Now, Facebook had plans. Let's not get that, I'm not that naive to think that their plans didn't exist before I started thinking about the metaverse. But Black Metaverse existed before Facebook rolled out. And so I was the co-founder of that. We had great rooms, great sessions, great ideation sessions where we thought about the metaverse and, guided conversations into that. We had some amazing celebrities roll through. Russell Simmons was one of them. We had lots and lots of amazing people pop through. I've met some great people from there. But like I said, decentralization matters to me. And decentralization had to happen in order for me to step into this place where I'm supposed to be, in a decentralized space, and fully decentralize myself from that, because I am not going to be a part of an organization that wants to be acquired by Facebook. That's just not where I was headed. And I needed to be able to move away from that. Because I did such a thorough job of removing myself from all association with that, it's not out there. And so let's be clear. Nicole Maxwell was the co-founder of Black Metaverse, the original co-founder. Nicole Maxwell is the founder and CEO of Black Multiverse Enterprises. Nicole Maxwell is the CEO and founder of Blackverse, the metaverse community that is dedicated to decentralization, that is on hold until Nicole Maxwell feels better. I am tired, I'm worn out. And so unfortunately, my community has to kind of hang on. But y'all can go in there in Discord and have conversations and do whatever. I just can't do as much as I was doing for that community right now. But it is about decentralization. And so decentralization means something, and it is bigger than all of this other stuff. Because if we don't have a decentralized metaverse to roll into, we are going to be consumed more than shots of tequila, okay, on a Friday night. We cannot have that, you guys. We have to come to a place. If you think about just AI, and if you like ChatGPT, you are somebody who goes into that ChatGPT every day and you're typing away and asking it questions and coming up and formulating new things, and it's wonderful. But all that stuff is going into a single server, right? So it's going into a series of servers, right? And it's centralized servers that are hosting this, even though they are distributed servers, right? That information is not stored on the blockchain. And so we've seen several times where your ChatGPT just went all the way down and you don't have access to your history anymore. I'm going to actually bring up one of the later topics because it's rolling right into this conversation. But you don't have access to your history anymore, and it's gone. So if you think about, maybe you created a business and a business plan there, and you did that under the idea and the guise that your ChatGPT had that little beautiful column over on the left-hand side that stored all your history, and you could just scroll through and look at all your stuff, even though you can't search it. It's still great because it's there. And then it just up and disappears one day. Well, that's happened. That happened to me, and come to find out, it happened during a hack. So it's already been hacked at least once. When we have AI that is more embedded, more sticky with us than it is right now, right? Like it's kind of optional right now, even though that's quickly changing too. Not having decentralization, not having the ability to claim our data and to tell people not to use it, and that they don't have the right to access and use the information that you're telling them, to make sure that your business plan that you created with ChatGPT isn't getting rolled back up into the next iteration of ChatGPT as general knowledge to be shared amongst the crowd. If we don't make sure that those types of things are in place, we are going to be consumed more than shots of tequila on a Friday night. And so you couple that with the idea and the fact that when you're in a VR headset in the future, so let's just think future, so a year from now, because that's literally what it feels like we're talking about these days. If you look at a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whenever this happens, we're going to have our ability to be in the metaverse, right? Or to have the metaverse around us, because that's really what the metaverse is. It's going to be around us. It's like the infrastructure we're all going to sit on that happens to be powered by the blockchain. When we have that and we don't have decentralization, or let's say that it's not built on the blockchain, we don't have decentralization, and we just have this harmonious technology that's around us all the time, where we get Omicron, which is what Meta came up with, which means, we talked about that last week, which means always consumed forever, or always devoured, all devoured forever until the end of time, that kind of thing. When we have that, it's going to be crazy. So we can't let that win. We have to fight for our decentralization. And decentralization matters because in decentralization, you are the person who matters, not you, the consumer, not you being consumed as a product, but you participating as a participant, an actor in the process, not an output of the process, right? You're participating in that process and creating it in some cases. And so when we look at things that are out here right now, we need to have our eyes to the future, because if we don't have that, we're not going to be going anywhere. And so a report came out this week, and it said basically that AI is going to be the extension of man. Well, I'm not in that bucket. I see how they came up with that idea. Because if we do this wrong, if we don't have the right people in the room, we don't have the right rules, protocols, and procedures in place, we're going to be in trouble. And there, I said it. I say this every week. I'm sorry. But decentralization matters. So speaking about decentralization and why it matters, our case for decentralization this week is Google. And so I hate putting Google in this hot seat, but you know what? y'all know I'm a Google girl. I love me some Google. However.com. Google does some stuff from time to time that makes me do a side eye. Just like all the other FANG companies, they're still not a decentralized entity, so they do stuff that they want to do, and we have to roll with it because that's what they're doing. These FANG companies have a whole lot of power over us and our data, and they probably shouldn't. But Google came out with, and this actually happened on the 17th, so this was last week, but I missed it, so it came across my desk today. Google is deleting old accounts. I don't know about y'all, but what? I have tons of Google accounts for different things. Some of them I created because I needed to sign up for something and I wasn't really sure about it. So I created a Google account and signed up, right? Other stuff, I have different things. So I'm somebody who's been decentralized in nature for a long, long time. So everything that I do has something separate. I don't keep them in that same box. Like, think about filing cabinets. Like, everything that I do is in a different filing cabinet. So it makes it hard sometimes to juggle stuff, but it's the same thing with my emails. Like, I don't mix. It's like that person who has OCD about their food touching on their plate. I'm that person with different aspects of my life. I can't stand it. I'm having to get used to it because of the metaverse and it's weird. But that's where we are. So Google has come out and said that in December, we have a little bit of time, but in December, they are deleting old Google accounts that have not been used in the last 2 years. And when they say they're deleting, that means a purge. So if y'all have ever seen the movie Purge, that's what's happening to your data and your Google accounts and everything else associated with them. The associated with them part is the part that gives me heartache, because I could deal with not being able to, like, an inactive Google account, right? Like, so maybe I can go reactivate it later, but they're deleting Google accounts. And that means that the deletion of the account is going to cause it to be, what am I trying to say? The deletion of the account is going to cause the Google account to not be able to have photos, Google Docs, slides, and sheets. All those little things that you used, if you ever used any of the other tools that are out there. So all of it's being deleted for this, that anything that's associated to a particular account that hasn't been used. And so I understand the need for it because there's a lot of stuff out there where, people create an account and only use it once forever. And that's it. But what if, somebody's plan was to use different Google accounts and they have different seed phrases stored in each account? That's not my plan. But what if it was somebody's plan? Somebody somewhere did that. So those things are going to be purged. Sucks for you. I guess you should check on it every 6 months or something, because this, but my point about this is the case for decentralization is with this. It's not that it's surprising that this is happening. Companies purge accounts all the time. And that's really the case for decentralization, is you have this service, and whether you paid for it in real time or you paid for it up to a point in time or it's free, you still had a service and you participated and you were there. This is the equivalent of somebody taking your NFT and saying, oh, this doesn't exist anymore, and throwing it in the trash. That's not heard of. We don't do that, right? So why is it okay in the Google side of things, the Web 2 side of things, to do that? So think about that. That's where we're heading with decentralization. If this was a decentralized world, like, you would still have all those associated documents to you, with you, because they would be stored wherever they are. Let's say IPFS. They're stored as files. They have a control number or an identifier, right? That's the same thing. They have a CID number. And so that is an ID number there that lets you know that this document is associated with this number forever. But what if it goes down? It's gone in Web 2. But in Web 3, it's not. So that's the whole point. You are associating yourself with documentation. You are associating yourself with metadata as the owner of that metadata. And so if you are the owner of something, then someone has to come to you as the owner before they delete something. Isn't that right? Think about it. Lots of these companies are coming into Web 3 and they're still acting like they're Web 2. So why are we allowing it? Why are we allowing it? We need to enforce some rules on this side of the house that say, hey, you got to operate by decentralization at a very minimum. That's kind of the criteria behind Web3, is it not? Step 1, decentralized. Step 2, community. Step 3, smart contract. No, I'm just saying, like, those are the different things, that make up this space. So what are we doing? Anyway, that was the last thing I was going to talk about. So we skipped ahead a little bit. But you guys, it's 30 days of Metaverse. It's 30 days of Metaverse. It's 30 days of Metaverse. Yay! Okay, so we're back. And 30 days of Metaverse started out 1 year ago today, 30 days of Metaverse. And this year, we look good. So this year's 30 Days of Metaverse is the second annual 30 Days of Metaverse program. It is a challenge to you, and it is going to occur from June 1st to the 30th. This on the right-hand side is my brain being a genius, because I want to talk to y'all for a minute and why I'm so happy. So y'all may or may not know this. If you've been hanging out with me for the last couple of years, then you know this, but you may not know this if you are just some random person who just popped up today. Hi and welcome, and thank you for watching the show. But also, I've been here for a while. So someone made some slick remarks about folks having accounts on Twitter that started in 2021. That's because we weren't using Twitter, because Twitter was terrible. And so we just weren't here. But because Web3 came to Twitter, lots of us got accounts on Twitter in 2021. So don't judge a book by its cover, baby, because like I said, I've been here for a very long time in terms of the metaverse. Now, in terms of Bitcoin, like, no, those years ago, I didn't tap in like I should have when I first heard about it. I lost some phrases and stuff like that. I, did my own fair share of oopsies. But when you are thinking about the metaverse, it's really 2021 and beyond, right? Like, there are people like Teddy Pahaglia who have been in the metaverse for the last 10 years. There's people like Sally S. Cherry who have been developing 3D graphic virtual spaces for the last 10, 15 years. But there's people like me who've been using automation for the last 10 years or so in forms of process development and RPAs and things like that. But when the word metaverse came out and we started talking about metaverse in terms of NFTs, that was 2021. It wasn't widely done in 2020. 2021 is when it hit, and it hit hard. But it wasn't, I was here before that. So it hit hard in October when Facebook rolled out and said, hey, we are doing the metaverse. Before that, we were talking about the metaverse and what it can mean to us and how it was the incorporation of blockchain and NFTs and all the other things that people were buzzing about, because NFTs were things in 2021 and I was in the metaverse. But thinking about that, last year at this time, 1 year ago today, I started 30 Days of Metaverse, and it was a challenge to myself and to other people to start thinking about the metaverse every day for 30 days, make it a habit. Why? Why did I start this? So last year when I started this, it was because I had been doing generative art for a while. I had been doing it since the end or middle of 2021. And so last year in 2022, I had been getting so much flack and just bad vibes from people about, people were starting to question generative art. I was doing generative art. Like, that's all that I was doing, GAN art, right? Generative adversarial networks. So those networks, that's GAN art. And so we were doing those. There was a few people doing it. Marijuana Man, Kane, and that whole gang over there in the neighborhood jewelry. Like, there were people who were doing these things, but it was not widespread. Dolly wasn't even out when I was doing mine. I was here before Dolly. So thinking about all of these different things, and not only was I doing it, I was creating NFTs out of it. I was thinking about all these different NFTs that I've done. And I said, I think about the metaverse every day. So let me just turn that into a thing. I am a techie by trade. There is something in technology called the 30 days of metaverse. I'm sorry, 30 days of code. And in tech, like we do 30 days of code, especially when you're first starting out. Like you do 30 days of code to help you dive in to the code and really get to know, a framework or two, or build something, right? Just like we have, hackathons and things like that. Like this is the individual way to do that. And so I said, let me do 30 days of metaverse. Like, let's see what that looks like. Can I do it? Like, could I actually do this every single day for 30 days? And I did. So I want to share that with you all because it's important that we know that we can actually do something. You can create a movement. And you know what? It's still a movement if nobody else participates. We didn't have a whole lot of participation last year, but we did have some. And so for the people who tapped in, I definitely appreciate them. For the people who thought about tapping in but didn't, I appreciate y'all too. But this year we're back. And so not only are we back with the 30 days of metaverse, we are back with a bang because you have so much opportunity to actually participate this year that it's crazy. So first things first, let's check out what it looked like last year. So I just want to go through this journey with you guys because there we go. I want to go through this journey because, man, we've come a long way, baby. Just thinking about it, we've come a long way. So first of all, this is the announcement article last year. This is on my blog over on Hashnode. This was kind of the first days that I was using Hashnode, but it's out there now. And so this was, the 30 days of metaverse. And yeah, so it was May 31st. Today is May 31st, 2023. This was May 31st, 2022. And what time was that? I saw it just now. There it goes, 21:16. So it was super late at night. But I wrote this up. And it is the 30 days of metaverse creations, artwork, and imaginings. Jump into the metaverse. When? Okay, so now we're going to talk about it. What was it? It was you're going to think, you're going to mint, and you're going to build. And we were following the 30 Days of Code initiative. This project was aimed at creating a movement. We didn't really create a movement, but we did some stuff. So it was cool. This effort focuses on you, the individual, and your vision of the future of the metaverse. And it's imagining as you want it to be. The metaverse is coming, but it's not here yet. We are working to build what we want for our various and collective futures. That starts with you thinking about what you want. Our goals, our objectives, our roadmap, white paper. Yeah, wait, no, goals. I'm not a fan of roadmaps or white papers. They have to be there for certain projects, but I don't feel like every single project on the planet needs one. This is not a traditional NFT project. You are not going to find a white paper. You're going to find this document that showcases the goals for this movement. This is not a traditional NFT project. It's a decentralized catalog of collections linked only by the will of the individual and the hashtag that's behind them. All collections using the hashtag 30 Days of Metaverse will be considered part of the movement. This movement is meant to help us lock in this moment in time so that we can order our steps accordingly. The purpose is aimed at using the power of the decentralized blockchain and Web3 NFTs. That's the goal for us, empowering a world built by its user community. The goal is to think about the world around you and how it will be once we actualize the metaverse and then mint that onto the blockchain. So how do you participate? This was last year, so think about this. So this was last year. For the purposes of this project and your portion of it, the definition is yours to create, no judgment. The Genesis collection. The first collection of this catalog is available starting on June 1st, and it was here. So I was inviting everybody to follow me as I filled up that collection. The daily steps were 2. 1, commit to thinking about your future for the metaverse for 30 days. Create a digital rendering of your future in the metaverse or thoughts about the metaverse every day for the month of June. So at this time, people were not clear on how to make NFTs. We didn't have all these wonderful utilities and stuff out here, these different apps and stuff, or dApps and stuff that are helping people do things a lot more easily. Lazy minting was sort of a thing, but it wasn't really widely adopted like it is now. Mint your creation on the blockchain of your choice. This is the empowerment piece. Like, it was important to me that this not be one of those things where it's like, oh, that's for people that do ETH and not Bitcoin, or oh, that's for people who do who aren't on Tezos. Like, no, this was for everybody. So pick the blockchain of your choice and go. Share your creation daily on Twitter, Instagram. Back then, so last year at this time, both of those things were still safe places to be, and Twitter, unfortunately, is not. Instagram is owned by Facebook. So I have now changed this for this year. It is whatever social media you want to put it on, throw it up there. If it's LinkedIn, if it's your blog, whatever, all that matters is you put the 30 days of metaverse. Help spread the idea and create accountability within your regular audience, followers, and community. And then it's optional, but highly encouraged, is to collect a creation from that resonates with you from outside of your norm from the hashtag, right? So I was trying to encourage sales of NFTs that did not look like Bored Apes, and NFTs that were created by beautiful artists who were getting no play. Tips. So you're going to label your days numerically. So at the end of this, you want to have at least 30. Your description, whatever you want it to be, but mention 30 days of metaverse in the description. So like, just put the hashtag in there. Name your creations daily and mention 30 days of metaverse in the item or description. Sign your creation, literally. So sign it, because lots of artists at the time were not putting their names on stuff because they were like NFTs, and it was like, so what? It's digital. No, you created that. Put your name on it. Tell a story about your creation in the description of the minted item. It doesn't have to be long. And then notes. This was open to all. It is blockchain agnostic. While we're exploring, this idea of the metaverse, it is important that you invest in self-discovery. You don't have to be an artist or creator to make this work for you. Yeah. And then I go off on a tangent about white papers, white lists, and Discord and utility, because those things, that's me kind of making fun of our community, because those were the things that were extremely important at the time. But now we're going to head over to this year's 30 Days of Metaverse Challenge. So I'm going to share this tab. So this is this year. Wait, before we get to this year, hold on. I want to go through the collection. This show, by the way, is going to run over. So if we are on over there, folks with Pod TV streaming out to Roku and Hulu and all those places, you guys are going to drop off in 15 minutes, and we are not going to, we're going to keep going. So this is the 30 Days of Metaverse collection. This was the collection that was out there. And I want you guys to just enjoy this for a minute, because this artwork is something that I created. Like, I was creating this with generative art and organic art at the time. And we have come so far, regardless of whether it was created with Starry AI or any of these other tools. I can't even remember the names of the tools I was using at the time. I know Starry AI was one of them, and was probably the most prominent. And then eventually, like during the middle of 30 Days of Metaverse, I actually got access to DALL-E. And so I was late on that. I don't know why they didn't give it to me earlier, because I was already a member of OpenAI. Feelings are hurt behind that. But I didn't get it until like June. So I think there's a couple in here that are DALL-E too. But when you look at this artwork, I want you to just sit and appreciate where we have come from. There's a couple things to note about this, and I mentioned this in this year's this year's article about the 30 days of metaverse, the challenge for 2023, that none of these sold. So let's be clear. Every single day I got together, I put together this whole thing. I minted every single day. This was all manual. This was not like an upload of any kind. This wasn't, technology doing this. Like I was literally doing this by hand. And none of them sold. And so in a second, you'll probably see why none of them sold. Art is in the beauty of the beholder and the eye of the beholder. But even to the artist who created them, we've come a long way. That's what I'm going to say. So when we're looking at like this type of art, this is what we had last year. And some of this is like really, really cool because like even looking at it now, like I can tell what I saw or what words I said when I was thinking about it. And I'll show you guys that in a second. But just looking at this, man, like look at the faces, like art, our generators, our AI generators, these faces would be so terrible. Like the bodies would be all morphed and stuff. But I want to be clear, like all the NFTs that I've ever created, I've never done one by hand. I've never done one by technical paint myself. Like these are all my creations from my mind. So my gallery is called Gallery of Thought. It's been called that since I changed it from Praying Mantis, I think at the end of 2021. But that's what we're doing, right? So this is the original collection, 31 pieces. And yes, June has 30 days. It's 30 days of Metaverse. But the first one that I did was my tweet. I kind of followed the Jack Dorsey thing. And I I put together the announcement for 30 days of Metaverse coming soon. And it was get ready to imagine the world reimagined coming in June. And nobody had any kind of clue what I was talking about. And so I feel like today I did the same thing. And I feel like nobody had any clue what I was talking about today either. But maybe not. I don't know. It's possible. But I did tweet it out this morning. So if you are on my Twitter, you may have seen it, and I will show it. Maybe Twitter's tripping. I will show it here in just a second. Yeah. So on Twitter today, I'm going to share this tab. This is my tweet. Looks familiar. Get ready for the second annual 30 Days Metaverse Challenge. We have tons of different ways to tap in, so make this year fun. So let's go. Starts June 1st through the 30th, 30 Days of Metaverse, blah, blah, blah. And then down here, read all about how to participate. If you click this link, it'll take you to the article I'm about to show you. And then down there, I mentioned a whole bunch of folks because they need to be tapping into this and sharing it because they didn't tap into it last year and share it, so they need to do it this year. If you've been feeling down on Web3 or not happy with your NFT experience, it's time to explore more and see what you can do with ChatGPT or different AI technology is what I will say if I had more characters there. There are tons of ways to augment your creativity this year, no excuses. So I am a fan of augmented creativity. You guys know that a lot of times in my business, I'm talking about augmented creativity because that's what you're doing when you're utilizing AI. That's how you should use it. And so this year, I'm still using AI artwork, AI art generators. But that baby, oh my God, I love her. She's beautiful. She's going to be day one. And so my NFTs, I'm still trying to decide which blockchain I'm putting them on. So I'm not going to say where yet, but it will be underneath 30 Days of Metaverse 2023 will be the catalog name. The official catalog, and I will tweet that on Twitter so that you guys can know what that is. By the way, I'm on Twitter at I am technical. That's me. So let's go through this really quickly. I put a table of contents up here just so you can jump around if you want to. Think, mint, build, and explore. So funny. Today, somebody reached out to me and they're like, you have a typo in your article. And I'm like, what? What typo? And I'm prone to typos because Lord knows. But they were, build is something that is a Web3 thing. And so if you're in Web3, like, that build is like hold. Hold means hold on for dear life. Build doesn't have that acronym. I'm gonna come up with one, but build is where like we all group together and get this thing done. It's like, let's figure it out. Let's do it. Let's build, grind till it's done. And so that's what building is. So we're going to think, we're going to mint, we're going to build and explore. And we're probably going to do that in reverse order. So it's probably think, build, mint, and explore, or think, mint is probably the last one. But either way, that's what we're doing this year. So we have now got so much opportunity to make this a fantastic experience for everybody. All we just need is people to tap in. So I'm be tapped in. I hope y'all are tapping in. But we need people to tap in. So share this out. Come out here, read the blog entry. It's also on LinkedIn. There's also press releases out. It's also it's here on my blog. It's on Mirror. That was the first place I always usually create articles is on my Mirror account, so that they're minted first. That puts a timestamp on there, and then I share them out everywhere else, which is why stuff doesn't come out sometimes, because I am adamant about that. But that's what we're doing this year. So this year, you have so many different ways to participate. We're doing the same thing. Go out, experience the metaverse. So if you are somebody who likes to go metaverse hopping, go hop through the metaverse. If you're somebody who likes to create NFTs, create NFTs. If you like creating avatars or 360 renderings, so a 360-degree photo, if you want to create a virtual world, do it. Do something, some little piece of it every single day for 30 days. If you are part of a hackathon, the Web3-a-thon folks, that's, definitely 30 days of a metaverse. Like, tap in, build, and help. And then just share it. Have somebody keep you accountable. It doesn't have to be Twitter. It doesn't have to be, all these other people. But I also put a note here for the haters. Do not shy away from AI in your 30 days of metaverse journey. It is perfectly acceptable for you to create with your creative partner, your creative assistant that's there to help you realize and actualize your vision. Because I got so much flack from so many people who told me that my artwork was not art, and that it was code, and that it didn't count. Look at me now. No, it's art. And I don't think there's any denying it. We were here early. We were pioneers of GAN art. And so if you were able to make your GAN art pretty cool, if not, I want to go back to my 30 Days of Metaverse, the Genesis collection, and show you guys what I did so that you understand the level to which my genius is, right? So there are 31 days here, and I'm going to list this out. So if you look at the 31 days, and I don't think you can do that. You're looking at the 31 days, and you're looking at the names of them. So first of all, they're all numbered, and then they're all named. So number 1 was definition of color. Number 2, I'm not going to do number 2. We'll do number 16. And then if I can find it, we'll do one of the animated one. This one. This is one of my favorite ones. All right. So number 1, definition of color. So the definition of color, this one was so vibrant to me. Like when I literally spoke words in there, by the way. So my titles all related to what I spoke into it to get it to come up with this rendering. Number 1 was definition of color. The first day of my metaverse, I dreamt in color. I dream of color. Colors are fun. The colors are present. The colors are relevant. The colors are vibrant in the metaverse. They are expressions of emotion. They are many. They are bold. They are all around. I embrace color. I define color. I love color. Colors stimulate my eyes and cause my heart to quicken. The vibrance of color is the flavor of the metaverse. And I'm going to drop my mic and walk away. I wrote that. That was not AI writing that. Nicole Maxwell wrote it, just like I wrote all the other ones in here. But that's kind of what I did to get it to come out with what it said. So like in some of them, it's clear that was what we now call prompts, were just words and thoughts that I was putting into out into my artwork at the time. The next one that we have is day 16, which was mobile metaverse. And I'm going to share this one. This was mobile metaverse. Mobile metaverse or metaverse mobile. It's like AR versus VR, car versus telecom, state of being. Do we get mobile in the metaverse or do we go mobile? Is it natively mobile? Will we reach mobility in the metaverse? Our smartphones, do they become intelligent phones or do we get rid of them altogether? Does the car, the vehicle, become our metaverse and therefore we don't need a phone at all? So this is a good example, by the way. If you look down here, like when you purchase this one, like it is, first of all, I'm up front with my stuff. Like it's NFT Garen art created on June 16th and is day 16 of 30. Inside of this, there's an unlockable. Oh, this one doesn't have one. But okay, so that one doesn't have one. Let me show the next one. So on some of these, they have unlockables in there. This one is PvP in the metaverse. And so on day 3, I was like, okay, so we're thinking about the metaverse and what that looks like. And we're going to have this interconnected, interoperable future that we're all, kind of just enjoying together. Will we actually have PvP, which gamers out there know what the metaverse is, PvP, player versus player in the metaverse? Will we have that? Will you be in the grocery store and be able to walk up and say, let's do this? And then this was an example of me animating some of the GAN art. So I'm not the best at any of that kind of stuff. I wasn't at any of that kind of stuff, but this is where I started. Like I started doing little tiny things like this, where it's like, it just looks like certain sections of it are breaking away. But also the description on this one: will there be PvP in the metaverse? The foundational predecessor of the metaverse is gaming, specifically MMORPGs. In our most beloved games, we have player versus player activities that allow 2 players to battle it out to see who is right and who's wrong and who's the best. The question on my mind today, the third day of 30 Days of Metaverse, was, will there be PvP in the metaverse, or will we have to create a space to battle it out? Like, so what does that look like? And so, yeah, like this is what we're doing. So 30 days, figure out what you want to do. There's no limitations on anything like that. You can tap into 30 Days of Metaverse however you want to. This year, we just happen to have all this cool ish that's out there right now. So like you can really participate. So you can do animated avatars. You can do experiences in your actual metaverse, regardless of which metaverse it is. Like there's so many. We're going to go through African Museum of the Metaverse probably towards the end of the month. Meme reached out to me, and so we're actually cool partners with them, and so I like that. But we're going to be talking about the 30 days of metaverse. Like, so how did you tap in? What does it look like? My collection this year, I've already got it planned in my head. It's so different, but part of me really wants to just go in and recreate my same 31 days with today's Technicolor, right? Like with today's AI artwork generators. There's so many different ones out there. I use one that y'all don't use, and I know y'all are not using it. You're sleeping entirely on what I do, but it's just good. So 30 days of Metaverse is here. It starts tomorrow. Figure out how you want to participate. And if all you ever do is go into a metaverse, then first of all, congratulations to you. Second of all, take somebody with you. Third of all, take a screenshot and turn it into an NFT. On this show, we have shown very easily how to do that. You can go out and create a poet. So I'm going to put the link up there for poets. You can do a proof of experience token every single day, and those are free. And they turn into NFTs. You can create however many of them you want for your community or your friends or whatever, and let them collect them too. It is a really cool way to participate, and I cannot wait. Now, I won't be able to do a lot of my animated stuff out there, but my head is swirling with ideas for what I want to have happen here. Okay, so before we lose, it's probably going to be lost right now, but you guys, I have a special announcement, and that is that dun, 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 this happened. So Nicole Maxwell is now an author, a published author of Unleashing the Power of AI for Proposals. And so I have an ebook that is available, and you can grab your copy. Wait, no, sorry. Dang. Okay. So we have I have a book that is out. And so, yes, it will be available on Google and then on Google Play Store. It is available at that link right now, the link at the top of your screen. So you can grab that and enjoy. This is a great book for first of all, if you follow me on this channel, like, this is different. You are likely not used to me talking about proposals. But guess what? Guess what? Wait, what happened here? We're guessing what? That was pause for dramatic effect and did nothing. Guess what? So, Nicole Maxwell, me, I am the former director of professional services for a small software company that specialized in federal proposals. And so while I might not talk about that, and y'all think I talk about this metaverse stuff all the time, I am a business professional. I do lots of different things and have done lots of different things. Otherwise, I wouldn't have all these stories to tell. But proposals is one of them that was outside of my realm of norm. And so when I went into that, I was the director of professional services and implementation. And I did not like it, so I'm not doing it anymore. But the experience that I have definitely translates into what we're doing today. So it's a little sterile for me. I enjoy kind of the more hubbub of like a Web3 type of thing, and innovation definitely matters, and the government is definitely slipping on that. So proposals aren't really the space where I thrive. However, when it comes to this book is about automation. This book is about putting your best foot forward when it comes to being a small business owner or a member of a proposal team, and how you can use AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Bard or whatever your flavor is, Stable Diffusion, to help you improve, create efficiencies, reduce bottlenecks, and increase your project timelines, or shorten your project timelines. And so those are all things that we talk about in the book. So the book is on sale right now. If you buy it direct from me, it is $9.99. If you go to that link that I've provided, if you are going to wait and grab it on the Google Play Store, when it is out there, it will be $12.99. So, and as a special gift, anyone who registers for, I told y'all I had a great time this week having a course or doing a course that I did on Monday and Tuesday of this week. But you can register for that course. That course is all about adding ChatGPT to the proposal workflow. And so if you are, somebody who's interested, everybody needs funding. I don't care who you are. Everybody needs funding. So if you are a business owner, then you need funding for what you do. And so this course is designed to help you add ChatGPT to the proposal workflow, because there's a lot of things that you can do that can help you, and you will thank me for them, I promise you. But I have a lot of experience in this thing where, there were tons of organizations that all house their proposals with us. So I'm the person who helped train them. I've already told you what an end-to-end implementation consultant is. And so in my professional services organization, I was privy to literally everybody's process, so I know what they're doing. So to give you those tips and to pass those on to you it's extraordinary. So I am really thankful for, just having, first of all, being able to complete it, because yeah, I did that. It's done. But also the courses complement it very well, because you're going to learn how to do all the things. And then I give you the book as a resource, and you can go off and do them on your own and dive in even more so than the course does. But the course is available. I'm going to share that because it is on my to-do list for today's show. And so first of all, let me share the book. The book is available on my website. This is the page that'll be up after the show. But Unleashing the Power of AI for Proposals is what it's called. And you can buy it again. It's $9.99 out there on technical.com. And you're also able to go over to Eventbrite. And this link is the one where you'll go to register for this. The next course is coming up on the 15th. So the 15th of June is the next proposal course. You're going to be unleashing the power of AI for proposals. Ready, set, go. Add ChatGPT to your proposal workflow. And so, man, there's been updates this week. The course has already got those updates included in it. And they're game changers, all of it, for what we're doing when you're thinking about proposals, and especially the federal proposals, and kind of positioning your business. And let me leave you with this when it comes to that specific topic. Let me get full screen. Hold on. Let me put this down here. So when you think about proposals, they're collaborative efforts, right? Like, so you have to collaborate with someone else usually to do it, or you want to, right? So you want to team up and find a good teaming partner. If you are not using the AI tools at your disposal after going through the session that I have with you, you will understand why you will likely be locked out of any opportunity that you go for very soon. Because teams are going to be getting extremely efficient, which means they're going to be able to bid on more opportunities, which means that they're going to be more well-funded than you. So it is important that you as a business owner understand the impact that ChatGPT is having on every single industry. And a lot of people are not looking at it like that. They're just looking at it's replacing, labor. Well, even if it wasn't, this is a way that you would be locked out by this technology and not understanding it also. So it takes someone who understands this thing to help you understand it. So I'm happy to be that conduit for you, and I step out of the metaverse for a second to do that. But stepping back into the metaverse, we have 30 days of metaverse that is going on. That is the flyer for this second annual 30 Days of Metaverse challenge is live. Okay, so get the book, come to the training session, register for that. It is $99 over on Eventbrite. The 30 Days of Metaverse, though, is free, so you can participate in however your heart shows up and your heart desires. I also, like I said, I'm doing me today because why not? I also want to once again let you know that there are AI artwork by Technical. There is AI avatars by Technical. So if you like these that I'm showing you, if you like what you've been seeing on your screen today, if you like what you're going to see throughout the 30 Days of Metaverse, reach out to me or buy my NFTs because, thank you. All right.
Technology is changing at the fastest pace seen in years. Are you keeping up? New technologies are emerging as a result of the digital transformation all the time. Small businesses need to be prepared to adapt. Stay sharp. Let Technical Consulting help you ensure your business is ready as we head towards a metaverse.
AI avatars by Technical. Now, it is 30 days of Metaverse starting tomorrow, and there is nobody who builds a better Metaverse than our own Artsy Marie, Artsy and VR. And so we're going to take a minute and enjoy this. If you need a luxury world built, created, and crafted for you, there is nobody else who can do that like Artsy does. She has done some amazing things and continues to do those amazing things. And these days she's hanging out in VR chat, and I'm trying to pull her up out of there. But we have a lot of other great people who have now learned the craft of creating, right? And even if you don't know the craft, AI is helping to augment creativity for everybody else. So if you don't know how to create your own world, right now you can go out into Unity and Unreal Engine and start speaking some words into existence, and guess what? Your world starts coming together. So AI is the wave of the future. It is happening now, and it's happening very fast and very quickly. So if you are needing help with that, reach out to me. I'm not going to say it again. Yes, I am. But we're going to enjoy Artsy's work and appreciate her for everything that she does. All right. Well, I think that's everything I want to talk about. We talked about the 30 days of Metaverse. We recapped last year. We crafted and paved the way for this year. We talked about the proposals workshop that we're going to be having, which is happening on June 15th. You can register for that at technical.com/schedule, or you can go to technical.com/proposals, and that will take you over to Eventbrite, or you can just go look at it on Eventbrite. Look it up on Eventbrite. I am out there, and all of my events usually are out there in some form. We also have the book. So if you are so inclined to purchase your book, you can do so. The link is on LinkedIn on the Technical Company page, but y'all need to follow that. So follow that, share it too. And the link will be on my Twitter. The link will also be, but it won't be pinned, because to me the more important thing is the 30 days of Metaverse. So that's gonna be up there. But my book is out there also. If I had the ability to pin multiple things, I would. It'll be on metamindshift.com, because that is my link tree. It is on my website, and yeah, that's where it's gonna be. What else? I think that's it. So, ow, that's why we're running long. Okay, so I said we were going to run long. We are definitely over time, but I'm also going to take about 15 more minutes and run through this, because I told y'all that I have a very good relationship with Google. I am a Google tester for Google Workshops, and I am privy to some of the new things that they're sharing when it comes to search and to rolling new stuff out. So, wait a minute, hold up. I just got to do it in my email. So we're gonna do two things. It's still gonna be 15 minutes, because I'm not gonna take up too much time. So let's see. First things first, we're gonna try this one, because this one is tried and true. This isn't really that fascinating for anybody who's been playing with ChatGPT and Microsoft, and you already know kind of that Microsoft just put some things into their workflow and into their search engine, Bing. But this is Bard, and so this to me is bigger because Bard is Google's version of ChatGPT, and this isn't the big part, but they've just rolled out images. So I'm going to test this out. They said it was live. I'm not sure if it's live on this specific account, so I need to verify. But let's see. Show me an image of a giraffe in a hula hoop. Hula hoop. I don't know if that's how you spell that, but whatever. And there we go. Okay, so cool. So that's the new thing, is that now you can have images show up. And I don't know if this is an image. Let's see. Where did this image come from? Okay, so that's interesting and interesting. I don't know if I like that. So what Google just did is I asked for an image of a giraffe in a hula hoop. It was a very fast search, faster than their AI usually is. And it came up with someone's artwork to purchase. Now that's interesting. Like, that's worth me playing around with some more, because I want to see what it comes up with. That has never been my logo. So it's very interesting. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Okay, so wait a minute. This is funny. So I have to show you guys what just happened. So while I'm talking, I'm trying to think, like, okay, so what happens if somebody's trying to, like, snag my logo from me? Like, what does that mean? So I typed in Technical's logo, and it came up with this, and I'm like, that's never been my logo. What do you mean? But when I go over to the actual link, like, this is the link, and it's actually all events in, and I've never been on this website before, but they got my events here. And these look like they're from, this is from earlier. Actually, no, it's pretty current because it has that one. So they look like they're pulling from Eventbrite, underneath one of my accounts on Eventbrite, which is cool. So, like, all of my past events, or at least some of my past events, are here. You can look at all the past ones, though. Look at that. Spring break, discovering the metaverse, my NFT info sessions that I did last year. That's cool. Okay, so I didn't know that was out there, but, you know, free publicity is free publicity for the things that you do, and I think that that's great. So the thing we were going to test today is, so Bard, that's really cool. I'm excited about that. But the thing we're going to test today, maybe I can't test it. Shoot. I thought I was able to test it. Hello world. I just want to see. No, I can't test it. What happened? Hold on. Wait a minute, guys. There we go. Okay. Yes, it is. I just got the thing. What do you mean it's not available? Anyway, so we were going to test this, but, like, now it's saying that it's not available, and it totally was. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It totally was available, and now it's not. I got the email. So anyway, we'll test this next week when I can figure out what's happening over here. And that's all right, because we're over time anyway. So go collect yourself some NFTs, because although I did say that I didn't care that nobody bought them last year because that wasn't what it was about, it's still good to have people buy your NFTs. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, I agree that at some point. Old folks need to be recognized, but we also need to define what old folks is because we've been here. All right, y'all. I'm heading out. That's everything. This is the show, and that's a wrap. Thank you to the EE Testing Center out in LA. If you need proctored exams, if you need to take a test and you need someone to watch you take a test, that is where you take it, is at the EE Testing Center. So go out there and support the brother that owns it. And we're going to head out. And thank you guys for watching. This is Nicole, and my voice is resting.